Hey, what's up? I'm here to talk about ageism in the workplace, okay? First of all, I want to get some stuff out of the way. I'm not talking about, like, every job ever, okay? I'm talking about low-income, menial labor like McDonald's, grocery stores, low-end jobs that mostly are occupied by teenagers, dropouts, and the elderly, okay? Those are the three people. Losers, teenagers, or people in college, young adults who are starting up their life, complete, dumb bums. Some people are dumb, you can't help it. So those dumb people, teenagers, and old people. For some reason, old people are they're kind of the same as dumb people. They're just older, okay? So, ageism. People talk about, it's like racism and all this stuff. But people discriminate based on age, But the thing about ageism that makes it different from things like racism and sexism is that there's actually some sense to it. Because when you're racist, you're saying, oh, that person should be discriminated against because of the color of their skin. That's not right, because that doesn't mean anything. That's just the color of their skin. That means absolutely nothing. Besides, maybe they could work in the sun longer without getting a sunburn. If they had a darker complexion, maybe that might matter. But that's ridiculous, okay? Racism has no actual, there's no sense behind it. It's ridiculous. But ageism, there's sense, because when someone's old, or young, when someone's old, there's things they can't do. They can't lift heavy things. They can't work. They're not able-bodied as much as young people. When you're fucking 70, you can't lift a big-ass, coffee table like this thing. Look at that. That's huge. You couldn't lift that if you were 70. Unless you were, one of those, weird old buff dudes. That's kind of creepy. But anyway, so there's actual... And young people. Young people cannot be trusted. If you're 18... Have you seen Parks and Rec? Remember that guy who was mayor when he was 18? He fucking built an ice town and bankrupted his town in 2 months. This isn't real, but that's probably what would happen if you were 18 and a mayor. Young people are irresponsible and they make bad decisions, usually. So, ageism makes sense because there's actually reasons behind it. It's different than racism. People shouldn't be upset as much as they are about racism, about ageism, because it has a place in the world. And in jobs I was talking about, grocery stores, McDonald's, all those menial, low-wage, shitty jobs that are made for teenagers, dropouts, and the elderly, they suck because of laws and policies. And I work at Publix, which is really they're good. They like to tell people they're a good business, benefits, and they are. They have a lot of benefits. They have stocks and health insurance and blah blah blah. You get a lot of benefits if you're full time. I mean, not more than Google, but for a grocery store, you get a lot of benefits. Stocks and health insurance for being a cashier? The hell? Who's ever heard of that? Anyway, so it's a really good business to work for. A+. But, because they got policies and they want to be so nice, they got to be nice to the old people, which is fucking annoying. Because I'm a teenager and I live in Gulfport. And the Gulfport, fun fact, the most retired sex workers and gay people in the county in Gulfport. Anyway, besides that, so I work in the Publix that is in Pasadena, not California, I'm in Florida. And in Pasadena, there's a lot of old people. Florida is basically just next stop heaven. There's a lot of old people here. That's a thing. Because they moved down here. Old people are annoying. Anyway, so there's a bunch of old people that work in my Publix. And when I was working there, and there's a few other teenagers that I know. I dated one for a while. It was, that's another story for another time. But anyway, so there's a few teenagers, so it's pretty much just teenagers and old people. That's the only people that work there, except for the manager. He was 40, and the managers are middle-aged, because those are legit jobs. They're not fucking blowing dick for college money. Anyway, so the old people are the cashiers, mostly. The cashiers are all, at least 10 of them are very old people. Maybe 5 young ones. And then everybody else who's a cashier is a bagger and a cashier. They just only use them when they need them. But people like me and a lot of other people who are baggers, they want to move up. We want to be cashiers because bagging sucks. Unless you like the freedom, but those people are weird. So you want to move up to cashier because you get paid a little bit more. You know, it's still peanuts for fucking, you know, but whatever. You know, you gotta save money. You're a teenager. You're making peanuts no matter what. So it's still peanuts, but it's like 2 extra peanuts a week, and we want that. But all these old people are sitting there like in their full-time asshole like, I'm a cashier and I'm 70. Oh my gosh. And it's bullshit because we want to move up. Jobs at supermarkets and places like this should all be temporary. Nobody should be there as a career unless you're a manager or, you know, you're going up. Unless you're trying to get up there, it's not a fucking career, okay? It's temporary. You work there while you're in high school, college, you know, while you're in town, maybe you're traveling and you just want to make some money while you're on I don't know, whatever. I don't know. You're an internship, whatever. Fuck it. It's a temporary job. But these old people sitting there like, I got a career, bitch, and none of us can move up. We're all stuck. All us teenagers who are actually going somewhere with their lives that having to settle down at 60 as a cashier, that's like, it's bullshit. Like, I know you want your rights and you want to like, no, this is ageism, this is bad, but fuck you, okay? Fuck you with a rusty pipe. You had 60 years to make yourself the best version of you could be, and you're a fucking cashier. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. You don't deserve any equality with me. I'm better than you. I'm not trying to, I know I sound really mean right now, but, you know, I'm exaggerating. Okay? These bitches, they sit here and they, like, keep us from getting an extra fucking 50 cents. Like, is it really that? Like, come on, fucking dildos. I hate old people. I don't hate all old people. But, like, honestly, if you're, like, a bagger or a cashier when you're, like, 70, you failed. You're a failure. You're a failure. And if you're a bagger and a cashier when you're, like, 20, you're probably not a failure. You probably might be a failure. Like, if you're a dropout and you're just sitting there jerking off, eventually you'll be that old person. But right now you're just, you know, you're in the middle. And, they had to transfer, like, an old person from the bakery to another bakery, a slower store that doesn't have as many customers, you know, in a smaller area, because the old person couldn't fucking do their work. I think if you cannot do the job that you are, like, assigned, and we can't find, and the employer cannot find a better job for you to do, something that's, you could actually be productive, if they have to, like, go out of their way to keep you working, that's bullshit. You should be fired. If you can't do your job, you should be fired. It's wrong. And now I live in a right-to-work state, so I have no idea what union. I know what unions are, but I'm not familiar with unions. We don't live in a union area. There's no unions. Like, nobody's in a union here. Except for, like, the teachers or something, but I don't know. But so that's why all these things are strange to me. Like, what? Rights? It's ridiculous. Like, because it really doesn't make sense. Ageism is good. Because fuck the old people. Get them out of here. And when I'm old and people are saying, fuck you, get out of here, I'll be like, yeah, I'll get out of here because I'm old. Take it away, young people. Because if I'm a cashier when I'm 70, you know what? I'm a fucking failure. And I deserve to get kicked out and fired. Because that's ridiculous. I'll be dead or a cashier. No. If I'm a cashier, I'll be dead. Because I don't want to be a cashier. That's stupid. I'll be a success or I'll be dead. You know what? Woo! Look at this cool friggin', like, look at this thing. It's metal and it's like cast, and my uncle made it, and he has like so much potential, but he doesn't use it. I did that in like 4th grade. But this thing is cool. You know, if he's, unlock your potential. If you can do something, don't just sit around. Do it, you know? Like the Joker said, you know, if you're good at something, you gotta get paid to do it. I don't know if he said exactly that, but whatever. Anyway, happy Father's Day. Ageism's good. Publix is a pretty good company to work for. I didn't do that. My cousin did that. Potato. Funny. But anyway, yeah. So, fuck you, old people.